The message arrived at 6:14 p.m., a soft vibration against the hotel desk, a glow in the dim room. Her name, Lena, the neighbor my wife always insisted was too perfect to be trustworthy, lit up my phone. I wasn't expecting anything from her. I wasn't expecting anyone. Really not my business at all. But a very tall, extremely muscular guy just walked into your wife's apartment right now. I stared at the text longer than I should have, not because I didn't understand it, but because some part of me, some pathetic, clinging, delusional part, wanted to believe I misread it. My thumb hovered over the screen. A pulse throbbed against my palm. I typed slowly, carefully, as if each letter might detonate. "I'm currently out of town for work. Can you possibly help me?" Her reply came instantly. "You're asking me? Of course I can help you." The room tightened around me. I didn't know what she meant by help. I didn't know if she understood what she was stepping into. Or maybe she understood better than I did. I kept staring at the screen, waiting for the next message. But nothing came. Just silence. And the hum of the air conditioner pressing cold air against my back. Inside me, something old and heavy shifted. A suspicion I had buried months ago, a whisper I had smothered. Now, it was awake, and it wasn't going back to sleep. I'd pretended not to notice the signs. Her late-night solo walks, her phone turned face down on the table, her sudden obsession with the gym despite never breaking a sweat at home. Little clues, little fractures. I kept telling myself she was just bored of life, of routine, maybe of me. People drift, relationships stretch, but they don't break unless someone cuts them. I guess I was waiting to see the knife. And now, Lena's message had placed the blade directly in my hand. I replayed moments that hadn't made sense before. The unexplained perfume, the slip of a name I didn't recognize, her sudden habit of locking the bedroom door when she changed. She thought I didn't notice. She thought I didn't ask because I trusted her. But the truth was colder. I didn't ask because I wanted to see how far she'd go. And now I was watching from miles away, sitting in a dim hotel room while a stranger walked into the apartment I paid for, into the life I built, into the woman who swore she loved me. A sick calm settled over me. Not rage, not heartbreak, just clarity. I needed facts, not emotion. Evidence, not accusations. I opened a private browser window, searched for a remote access login I'd secretly installed when her forgetfulness had begun. It wasn't spying, not then. It was insurance. And suddenly, it was necessary. Every click felt like peeling back a layer of her life I hadn't been allowed to see. Every loading bar felt like a countdown. When the apartment camera feed blinked to life, I stopped breathing. Just for a moment. Just long enough to feel something inside me go quiet. Not dead, just quiet. And in that silence, I finally understood. Whatever was happening tonight wasn't the beginning. It was the confirmation. The camera faced the hallway, angled at the living room entrance. A deliberate choice, a logical one. Not enough to accuse, just enough to know. For the first 20 minutes, nothing happened. I watched shadows shift across the hardwood, watched the clock on the wall blink forward, watched every second widen the hollow in my chest. Then I heard it. Footsteps. Heavy, rhythmic, confident in a way mine had never been. He entered the frame. Tall, broad, arms veined from the kind of gym commitment my wife always admired from afar. She followed him into view, hair tied back, a dress I hadn't seen before, tight, strategic, chosen. She smiled up at him, a smile that didn't belong to the woman I married, a smile rehearsed in my absence. They spoke, but the camera had no audio. Maybe that was a mercy. He placed a hand on her lower back. She didn't flinch. She guided him toward the bedroom. My bedroom. I stared at the small, glowing screen like it was showing someone else's life, someone weaker, someone blind. But no, this was mine. and I had let it rot without even noticing the smell. I grabbed my notebook, the one I always packed for work trips. I wrote down times, movements, details, not because I needed them, but because she would deny everything unless the truth was airtight. Every betrayal deserves the precision of a surgeon's cut. At 7:03 p.m., the bedroom door closed behind them. At 7:14 p.m., I opened a new browser tab and ordered a DNA test, not because we had children, but because I had a future to protect, one she would no longer contaminate. Then I checked her bank records, her ride history, her messages on the shared tablet she thought I forgot about. Piece by piece, her second life assembled itself. A life full of deleted chats, quick meetups, sudden disappearances. A pattern, an architecture of betrayal. And as I traced each line, each lie, each moment she chose someone else over the truth, my heartbeat slowed, my breathing steadied. I wasn't falling apart. I was preparing. The next morning, the evidence arrived like a quiet verdict. Screenshots, timestamps, transaction histories, messages she thought were deleted. I didn't react. Reactions belong to the blind. I was awake now. When I returned home, she greeted me at the door with a bright, guilt-scrubbed smile. "You're early," she said. "I am," I replied. My voice didn't shake. Her eyes did. I placed my bag down, removed my jacket, set a printed stack of evidence on the counter. She didn't touch it. She didn't need to. Her face told me she already knew exactly what was inside. What is this?" she whispered. "Truth," I said. She flipped through the pages with trembling fingers, each sheet slicing deeper into her facade. Her voice cracked. Her composure buckled. Tears gathered like she had rehearsed them for this moment. I can explain." "I know," I softly, and that broke her more than shouting ever could. Because explanations are for people who still have a chance. I didn't scream. I didn't accuse. I didn't demand why. I simply slid a small, sealed envelope across the table. She stared at it like it might explode. "What's this?" she asked. "A list," I said. "Everything you'll take when you leave." Her breath stopped. I can fix this." "No," I said, and the finality in my voice made her knees weaken. "I already spoke to the landlord. Your belongings will be packed by tomorrow. I've forwarded the evidence to your family and to him." Her face contorted. "You told him?" "Yes," I said. "He deserves to know the woman he's risking everything for." A sob escaped her. I didn't flinch. "I loved you," she whispered. "No," I replied. "You loved being believed." She reached for me. Reflex, desperation, instinct. I stepped back, not out of anger, but out of clarity. "I never meant to hurt you," she said. A lie meant to soften the fallout. "I know," I said. "You weren't thinking about me at all." That silence, that moment she realized her excuses had no oxygen, was the closest thing to justice I'd ever felt. I walked to the door, opened it. She stayed frozen, sobbing quietly, clutching evidence she couldn't refute. I didn't look back. Not at the woman she had been, not at the person she had become. Some truths burn on the way out. Some truths cleanse. This one did both. As I stepped into the hallway, I felt something loosen inside me. Not forgiveness, not healing, just freedom. The kind that comes when the final illusion collapses. The door clicked shut behind me. Quiet, brutal, final.